Finished a 10-hour night shift this morning at 7:30. I got home, I reckon I was in bed by 9 o'clock. Woke up before 2 o'clock, had something to eat, which is unusual for me after a night shift. And I got to work. And for whatever reason, man, I've given up trying to work this stuff out. It is simply impossible without a freaking lab and really, really smart people around me and blood samples every freaking hour. I've completely given up trying to work out why seemingly all of my personal records are set after night shift. I honestly don't understand. But today I set a sumo deadlift PR of 230 kilos. I went through my phone, I went through the channel trying to work out whether this is the PR. I reckon 220 is the best I've ever done. And yeah, today I hit 230. I tried 240 and I was exhausted. I did a heavy set of 5 on squats beforehand. And so all of that, basically takes something out of you. I don't know. It seems as though I'm a little bit weird. You'd think the night shift would take a lot out of you as well. And then a heavy set of 5 on squats. Second time hitting 180 in 3 days, but no, the hips felt good, felt strong in my core, felt strong in my back, and voila, it goes up. And I know for a fact tonight I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to try and get to bed at 10 p.m. and I'll try and sleep until 7, so very, very long period of sleep. And I'll wake up and I'll feel sluggish tomorrow. For whatever reason, I don't understand it, but this is the pattern that I've realized. It's not the day after the night shift, like, that crappy sleep day, 5 hours of sleep. Like today, it's not that day that's really difficult for me. It's the day after. It's the clock kind of working out what the hell is going on. That's kind of been my life for the last freaking 14 years of being a nurse. I've got another night shift happening on the weekend, and it's just chaos. Always chaos. And people always ask me, why the hell are you doing this squat everyday business? And I've many times said it's because of my life. I don't have schedules. I don't have routines. I don't have anything. I basically just react on the fly, and it is what it is. That's kind of how I have built my life. And I reckon the nursing career had a lot to do with it. So, you come in, you squat, and you see what's going on. There's no plan, there's nothing, because, yesterday I did a day shift. The next time I might do a late shift. The next time I might do a night shift. So I could be training in three, 4, 5 different freaking periods of the day. In the week, it's always rotating. There's no structure, there's no nothing. And so for me to put a rigid program over the top of all of this chaos is, I've tried it. People always think that I was born into squat every day. I wasn't. I've tried all of that stuff, and I've always felt like I'm going against the grain. Why do I have to be really strong when this program says, when this very program is not taking into account my nursing, my life, lack of sleep, lack of food, all of these things, lack of hydration. So, screw that. Screw all of these preconceived ideas. I'm going to just go on the fly. And if the body feels good, I'll go. If it doesn't, I'll retreat. And that's how I'm going to do it. And so forever, as long as I am nursing, which is probably for the rest of my life, I will always be... I will always have an affinity to these types of thoughts, this type of philosophy, this type of programming, because it's what my life is like. And so today, whoa, Ivan, you didn't plan this PR. I don't plan this PR. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why, I've had some of my best lifting after a night shift. I cannot work that out. A close friend of mine who is a doc, understands science obviously really, really well. He has hypothesized that it's probably got to do with the adrenal glands, because you are running on such low sleep. Cortisol level is pretty high. Probably also adrenaline is pretty high, because these two things kind of kick in when there's stress, and there is stress in the body right now because, I don't have the requirements for a healthy day. So maybe the adrenaline does something, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. But it's really strange. Today the hips felt loose. They felt really loose. I felt strong. I felt comfortable in the position in the sumo. And who even knows? Maybe this little deadlift jack that I got also contributed to a little bit of a little bit of strength because it's so easy to freaking, you know, put the plates on and off and whatnot. But actually quite enjoying the jack. This is the first time I've used it. And as you can see that I've put some of the mats back in for the deadlift. It's like I thought about getting the pink freaking things that I've had, the pink foam puzzle thing, flooring that I had. I got 3 or 4 squares of that. Thought about putting that, but that's going to get crushed under 200 kilos. Might not even have anything on there. So then I went outside in the little pile that I have of the rubber mats, and I got one of them out, 2 of them out, the cut ones, and put it down. And to be honest, I didn't really smell much of it, maybe because it spent the entire night in the outside, so maybe it's aired out or whatever. But I know if I put the floors back in and I close the roller door and I close the shop and I come back in the morning, it's going to stink like crazy. And today wasn't all that hot either, so that's probably another thing. I've read a lot of the comments you guys left. I haven't had a chance to reply to it because I was at work and whatever, but I ran through them while I was at work, a lot of them, and I'm you know, reading a lot of the ideas, and a lot of you guys have brought up, you know, good thoughts, you know, good ideas, definitely. With this type of stuff, I tend to be very, very risk avert because there's kids involved, and I'm not confident enough. I don't have the expertise in chemistry enough to make a call and say, oh no, this is a false idea, you know, there's politics behind it or there's whatever behind it, and that's why this is happening or whatever. It's wrong that kids are not getting cancer, whatever. You know, I'm not married to the damn rubber industry that much that I'm willing to put my kids' future at risk. So screw it. I'm not gonna have it in there. Somebody at work said to me, actually in the comments as well, actually the comments is where I got the idea from, and then I was asking guys at work about cork flooring. So I might go to the hardware store one of these days and check out if I can see something about that. And another fella who also has a hobby, not the weightlifting, but he's got like a gaming room, a garage turned into a gaming room of like all sorts of like pinball machines and all sorts of stuff. He's a bit of a collector of that, and he showed me his flooring, and it's basically the carpet. So it's kind of like carpet squares. So like half carpet on top, and underneath they have like a thin rubber layer. You can, you know, glue it on, you can not glue it on, you can do whatever you want, but he said there's no smell at all, and it's carpet. And so even if there's sun beaming down on it, the carpet is the thing that's being exposed to the sun. So maybe that's something else. Like I've got experience with those carpet squares, you know. My in-laws, when they have you know, slavers and family gatherings or whatever, they put these floors in, and then they pack them up in boxes afterwards. So I know what they're like, and I've never ever, in all my years that I've been, you know, with my partner, I've never heard or somebody complain, or I noticed that those square floors had a smell. So it's something about the stall mats, the fine rubber that they chew up and then glue together. And probably with every step you take, a lot of these fragments get loose, and there's more aeration. There's more what they call leaching out into the atmosphere. But a lot of these, you know, fine, smooth rubber compounds, like, you know, smooth like your freaking mouse pad, you know. A lot of these I would expect, I don't know what the different process is, but I would expect that it's less leaching because it's more, I don't know, it seems like there's a film over the top. And some of you guys brought that up as well, like you could put a sealant over it or whatever. But then somebody else also mentioned, like, it doesn't matter, man. Like, just have the thing under the where you need it. Like when you're deadlifting, have 2 small squares, and that's it. Everything else can be concrete. Like, you know. And for my ollie lifting, I have the crash mat, so that could be a solution. The only trouble is I spent $1,000 on the floors, so 22 squares of floors in the garage. So I blew $1,000 for nothing. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I contacted the shop and I was like, guys, I've only had this for a week. Can you guys take it back? And the guy said no. And then he said he's gonna contact somebody. And then that somebody said to me, email me with pictures and whatever. I said, I got millions of pictures. Just I kind of gave him a link to one of my videos, and I said, this is how it looks. This is the setup I had. This is exactly what it was. And by the time I emailed him, I already removed the thing from the gym, from the garage, so I couldn't take photos of it. So I sent him videos, and you can see that it's a really good neck. Like I didn't glue it, I didn't abuse it. It was just literally me walking around on it. So I said to him, if you can take back the ones that I didn't cut up, it would be really appreciative. If you don't want to take it back, I don't know what I'll do. I'll try and sell it. And there's a lot of guys out there who don't believe in the risks. I thought about putting it in the bin, but then I thought it's like, well, some people believe that it's not a risk. So for those people, I mean, you can take it off me if you want, man. I mean, whatever. I'll keep 2 little squares and that's it. Maybe I'll go down the path of carpet or something. I don't know. Even the carpet is not the greatest idea when you think about all the dust and crap. How don't have to vacuum, and I don't know. Flooring is a problem. I don't know what it is. Like flooring is. I remember going to the gym way back in the day. The first gym I joined, it had carpet everywhere. Like the whole place was carpeted. And I remember the stuffiness of that gym. No matter how many air cons they freaking put on, no matter how many doors they're open, it always felt stuffy. And I reckon it was because of that carpet. Because everyone's sweating and freaking, all that crap. It just goes into the carpet. And so how are you supposed to clean the carpet? And so I don't believe carpets should be in houses and in gyms and even office spaces. I don't like carpets. Unless you can take that carpet out. Like I remember as a kid, my parents had carpet in the house, like under the dining table and in the living room, whatever. And we'd often, like once a year, pull the carpet out and, soap it up and clean it. And like I remember all the shit that would come out of the carpet. Like, God damn, like that can't be good. And us kids running around, jumping on it, and you can just see the microscopic crap just getting thrown into the air. And there's also a really good link between, people that grew up in carpeted homes and asthma. Asthma is huge in Australia. And I reckon that's a large part of it. Air quality is a big thing, man. Respiratory illness, a lot of irritants around the place. If you don't have good quality air where you spend most of your freaking time, bedroom, your home in general, your lungs are going to be copping it sweetly, man. But anyway. That's it, guys. PR day, kind of happy. Also kind of confused that it's happened on a day after a night shift, but it is what it is. I'll take it. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Before I let you guys go, I've got a name I want to mention. A new Patreon supporter, a fellow by the name of Bent. He contacted me last night. We had a bit of an exchange of ideas generally about philosophy of life and how to approach big decision making, how I got to where I was, and how he's looking at his future prospects and which corners to take, which path to take in life. And we kind of had an exchange of ideas. And what I said to him was that it's very, very good when I hear people battling with these thoughts, with these ideas, because I think the majority of people go through life just willy-nilly, wherever the wind takes them, or they make decisions based upon their parents or their friends or whatever the circumstances are, the situation. And then they get to like 30, 40, 50, maybe even later, and they regret some decisions. And what I said to him, man, no matter what happens to you, man, just follow your heart, because that feeling in your gut, whatever you want to call it, whether it's God or whether it's whatever construct that you can name this, I think it's the best way to go about it, because ultimately the root of your happiness is that feeling within you, that soul, that God, that whatever. And even though you might want to do something, if you don't have your heart in, if your soul is not in it, you're not going to be happy, even if you're the freaking CEO of Google. So, and ultimately we're all going down the direction of trying to find a meaning in life, trying to find happiness. I would rather be a, bottom feeder in society, cleaning toilets, and be happy with that, than be a CEO of Google and think about jumping off the top floor, committing suicide. So, mental health, I feel a large part of it is, have you followed your gut feeling? Have you followed your God, your soul? Because every decision that you make and then you go to sleep at night, you have to answer to that. Whatever that force is, you have to answer to it. So if you go too much against the grain of that, you will have anxiety, you will have depression, you will have mental health issues, because you are fighting within. There is a civil war within your soul. Don't let that happen. Follow the voice from within, follow God, and I reckon you'll be in good steads. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Benz. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.